I love steak. Alright, so it's day 2. I'm working on the Accord. We're going to go ahead and just do what we were going to do, replace the head gasket. But I'm going to clean out the engine the best I can. You know, hopefully it lasts. Hopefully they don't have any long-term problems. But that's one of the options that I gave to the owner, that, you know, we can just try to clean it out, run some additives through it, drain the oil, do that a couple times. And obviously I want to clean the head really well. But first, we need to get this head off. I'm getting a late start because it rained all morning, and it's supposed to rain tonight around 5, so it's like 2 o'clock now. I don't have a whole lot of time to get this head off, but you know, it is what it is, and we're gonna do what we can in the limited amount of time we have. So basically, I'm gonna remove the timing belt cover. I'm just gonna cut the timing belt since we got a new one anyway. And then I'm going to unbolt the intake manifold, and there's a bracket up underneath that I need to unbolt too. And then I'm going to slide this back, and then I can just remove the head bolts, and hopefully the head will come off and we can get it to the machine shop first thing in the morning. In order to get the timing cover off, I'm going to have to unbolt the dipstick because it's in the way of one of the bolts for this, and it's like both of those are 10 mil, and then all the timing cover bolts are 10 millimeter. And we can just slide this up out of the way. Let's just take it out. And the timing cover bolts always look like this. We got our timing belt cover. As you can see, there's one right in here and one over here. Now we're just going to cut the timing belt. Alright, and now on to removing the manifold. We'll probably have to remove this wiring harness so we can get to the bolts that hold it to the block or to the head. Alright, we just removed that and all the clips on the fuel injectors. Alright, so down in here, there's 12 mil bolts right here, right down here, and all the way across the top. And then there's usually one down here and on the other side, and then up underneath the manifold. I think I'm going to head under the car and get the underside first, because those are always the hardest. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, we have this bracket right here that we need to remove. Then if you could see right there, there's one of the manifold bolts. There's probably a couple more over here. I'm not going to record this just because I don't really have the means of doing it. It's in such a small close quarters area, so yep, that's what we're gonna do though. Alright, so we got this bracket disconnected, and you see up there we got that one and that one. There's one there and one right there. We got all those, and there's one more though. It's like right behind this water neck, and you can't get to it because the water neck is in the way, so you have to disconnect the thermostat housing from the intake manifold in order to even get to it. So we need to go back up top to do that. And tell you what, it's a real pain in the ass to get to all these little bolts, because you have to maneuver your arms around everything and get the wrench to work in the right spot, and then get the leverage to break it free. It's really a pain in the ass, but once you get your groove going, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so the thermostat housing, we have two 12 millimeter bolts. There's one right here, here, and here. So we're going to pull those. We can pull the thermostat housing away, and it'll like bobble around. Then we can get to that last 12 millimeter that's holding the intake manifold on the bottom. Alright, it's not really the perfect view, but it's what I can do. We actually should be able to get to the last one from down here. Alright, now all we need to do is get the top 12 mil bolts that are holding the intake manifold to the head, and we should be able to slide it this way, and then we can start removing the head bolts. Alright, we got the intake manifold pulled off of the head. Now let's get the head pulled off, but we got like a couple connectors. We got a couple connectors right here and over here, a hose and a connector that we got to remove. We've got a bracket right here that we need to unbolt. It's basically the water neck. We got to remove it anyway, because when we take it to the machine shop, stuff like this is kind of an annoyance. They would remove it, so. All right, let's start removing the head bolts. Look at that nastiness. All right, we're just gonna pluck them out one at a time, and I don't want to touch them, so I'm just gonna drop them in this box. And now we should be able to remove the head. And that is a yes. Alright, looking at the head gasket, I honestly can't see anywhere where it blew out. I mean, I can see this funk right here. That's like the head gasket sealer shit. But I don't really see where the head gasket blew. Usually you would see an area where it's like black, where the exhaust is blown out. But I don't see that, so. And the cylinder walls, I mean, they feel smooth. They look a little heat soaked maybe. I don't know. I think it'll probably be fine. There is some scoring on all of the pistons. Piston one is, or the cylinder walls. The first one is pretty bad. The second one's not so bad. The third one, it's there, but you can't really see it. And the fourth one, it has some as well. The only one that you can actually feel is on the first one, but it's not deep enough to where you can scrape like a fingernail on it. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going to let it go. You can see all that built up from the gasket, or the head gasket seal. What the f is that? I just dug that out of there. Alright, so look at this. Does anybody know what this is? Anybody know what this is, what it's for? Because that was inside the engine block. I don't even know how that happens. I would assume it was leaking up here in the front because all that gasket sealer is up here and none of it's back here. All right, let's see what the head looks like. Look at this. There's more of that stuff. I mean, honestly, it doesn't look that bad. But this crap, I don't know what that is. So after taking a more in-depth look at this stuff, I think it's a gasket from a thermostat. I don't know. I believe that's what it is, but I could be wrong. It's definitely some type of rubber gasket for something, though. Well, we got the head apart. Let's we need to go to the auto parts store to get some degreaser and try to clean this up the best we can, and then first thing in the morning drop it off at the machine shop. All right, so there's the rocker assembly, and here's the head. That's some shit I've already just pulled out. This thing is super gross. But yeah, we got it off and we got it disassembled. I need to pull the valves. Then we can clean it up and we'll deal with that thing at another time. I just want to get this cleaned up enough to take it to the machine shop. There's just no way that head gasket sealer would cause all of this. I think this is just years of neglect and not changing the oil. You know, changing it maybe once a year. I don't know, but oh well. All right, well, it's like 6 o'clock. I'm not going to clean the head up tonight. Plus, I still have to go to the auto parts store to get some degreaser, and I'm just tired. I'm hungry, and we're gonna have steak tonight, so I'm gonna get all that prepared. I'm gonna get cleaned up. I'm gonna get all that prepared and start grilling some steak. Kroger had packages of 4, buy one get one free, so we have 8 steaks. That's enough dinner for like 3 nights, and I love steak, let me tell you. I'm definitely a carnivore. I probably won't live past, you know, 65, maybe 70. Every male in my family has died around 70, so, and they've also had 2 heart attacks. The first one they survived, the second one they did not. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But anyway, I guess I'm gonna end the video right here, and I'm gonna try to get this video out tomorrow. Today is Monday, no, today's Tuesday, so I'm gonna try to get this video out tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.